Disclaimer: this video consists of topics of abuse, child neglect, and child grooming. Please proceed with caution and click off this video if the topics trigger you. Thank you in advance for watching. Hi everyone. My name is Sachi, and I am a VTuber artist and sometimes draw warrior cats. I was in Warriors fandom since 2013 when my friend brought me a Blue Star Prophecy Part 1 as a starting point. In Russia, our special editions are separated into two parts, but the Golden Collection isn't. Okay, it's not actually the topic of this video. Actually, this topic is intertwined with Blue Star's Prophecy specifically. Today we are going to discuss Stormtail and his abusive side. I am very nervous since this is my first discussion video, so if you would love to give me any suggestions or advice for future videos, please leave a comment down below. So, Stormtail, the father of Blue Star and Snowfur, and mate to Moonflower. He was since I read the Super Edition for the first time as a 12-year-old kid, and it said something. I didn't like him in the slightest, but I didn't know why. Now I do understand why, because of his child neglect and the distance he had with his children. No, even official Warriors team acknowledged this. Well, at least it was something that they didn't acknowledge correctly. As far as I know, child neglect is considered an abuse. This crime of his is awful indeed, but I have suspicions that it goes farther than just child neglect. Let's have a look at Goosefeather's curse, where Stormtail's and Moonflower's relationship were just starting. So, Stormtail's was always an arrogant person. Maybe it can count as a sort of teasing, but I think that Stormtail just didn't like Goosefeather a lot. We'll bring up Goose's relationship with Stormtail and his conflicts with Moonflower a bit later. And I quote, "There was a gasp from the other side of the rescue pile. Goose Kid saw a broad-shouldered grey apprentice staring at him. Wow, Goose Kid, is it really you? Or just a lump of moss shaped like you?" Goose Kid sighed as the cat trotted over and sniffed him. "I haven't seen you you outside for days," Tom went on. "Look, Rooktail, your son doesn't melt in sunlight." The Black Warrior twitched his ears. "That's enough, Stormtail. Go see if the elders want anything to eat." In this scene, we see that even in Goose's childhood, Storm wasn't so appreciative of him and was teasing him. But to his sister and the other paw, well, he was surely interested in her, which is kinda creepy if you ask me. And quote, "Moonkid ran over, her stumpy tail straight up in the air. Stormtail! Watch this! I've been practicing that move you showed me." She crouched down, waggling her haunches, and sprang forward with her front paws raised. Her ears were flat back, and she curled her lip to reveal tiny sharp teeth. "Pretty fierce, huh?" she panted, dropping back onto all four paws. Stormpaw nodded. "You scared me for sure. Do you want to help me take first kill to the elders? Then I'll teach you another battle move." "Yes, please!" Moonkid bounced on the spot, her yellow eyes shining. Rooktail narrowed his eyes at Stormpaw. "You're the apprentice," he reminded him. "Don't let the kids do your duties for you." "But I want to help," Moonkid protested. "I hope Stormpaw can be my mentor when I'm an apprentice." "Of course he won't be," Goosekid mewed. "He'll only just be a warrior." "Maybe, but he'll be the best warrior in ThunderClan," Moonkid declared loyally, "even better than Dustar." Stormpaw shuffled his paws. "Come on, Moonkid," muttered. "Let's feed these elders." As you can see, in this scene, Moonkid is head over paws on Stormpaw, and he, an older apprentice, is totally controlling her with his authority. If you would say this is a normal kid apprentice appreciation behavior, no, it isn't. It is a child who is in love being controlled by an older person. If we will take human years, Stormpaw being around like 7 or 8 or maybe 9 moons is around like 14 to 16 judging by his behavior, which is concerning to say the least. You know what I love about Goosefeather's curse though? Foreshadowing. Goose Kid already knew that Stormpa is going to leave him with a badger, and he said it out loud. However, he knew that his sister is going to be left to the same fate. Well, we'll continue on how creepy Stormtail is. Monkey Kid is clearly infatuated with Stormtail, even though she's just 4 months old. Ladies, gentlemen, and gentle-queers, I thought this video is going to be about the abuse, but apparently we have a heavy case of child grooming and abuse as well. That wasn't scripted. Alright, I'm sorry. And I quote, Monkey stopped him with a sweep of her tail. I'm proud of you, she mewed. Why wouldn't I be? You're going to be a medicine cat. But won't you miss me? Goosepaw pressed. I'll have to sleep in cloudberries then now. Monkey was looking past him at the warrior smiling around. I'll be fine, she mewed distractedly. Don't you think I could talk to Stormtail? Or he will think I'm a dumb kid now that he is a full warrior. Goosepaw followed her gaze. Stormtail was talking to Windflight and Squirrel Whisker, boasting about the size of the pigeon he had caught during his assessment. Goosepaw shrugged. If you're willing to listen to how great he is, I'm sure he'd love to talk to you, he muttered. Monkey's was already trotting across the clearing towards the warriors. So, Monkey wasn't just looking up to Stormtail, like I supposed when I read the novella for the first time. In contrary, she fell for him when she was a child. As far as I know, Stormtail was only up for it, since he liked him when he was praised. But, dude, he was falling for a kitten! For a fucking kitten! Sorry. Some kid wasn't so, yeah. And Stormtail was clearly influencing Moonpaw, since before she was head over paws on Stormtail, she was spoiling her brother. Yet after she started showing her feelings more actively, Shadow calls him weird. And I quote, Stormtail is looking for you, he told his sister. You better go. Moonpaw was already bounding across the rocks. Coming, she yelled. Any cat would think he was your mentor, Goosepaw called. Don't make it too obvious when you feel how you feel about him, Moonpaw. It'll just make him head even bigger. The silver-grayed she-cat paused and looked at him. At least Stormtail is normal, she retorted. Why do you have to be so different? She whisked around and disappeared among the ferns. And after some time, when Goosefeather was left to die because of badger attack made by Stormtail, well, someone can say that it wasn't made by Stormtail, but let's just say that for Goosefeather it was made up. Moonpaw just outright calls Goosefeather a liar because she's so biased toward her beloved Stormtail. And I quote, Goosefeather shook his head. Wait, it's not my fault the badger attacked me. It was Stormtail. Oh. Moonpaw stared at him. Really? You're going to blame Stormtail for this? Who do you think found the patrol and told them what was happening? I don't believe you, Goosefeather. You put all our lives in danger today. I won't always be here to save you. Try living in the real world for a while and learn how to look after yourself. She brushed past him and bounded into the bracken, following the trail left by the badger. After some time, Goose confronts Stormtail about the badger incident, and Stormtail just brushed this off, praising his sister, who is still an apprentice. I know that Dustbelt and Fernpaw thing, but they started being serious when they were adults. But Stormtail just makes moves on Moonpaw when she's an apprentice. It is just... well, downright disgusting if I would say so myself. Quote, Stormtail was standing beside the fresh kill pile. Goosefeather walked up to him and put his mouth close to the warrior's ear. I know what you did, he hissed. You left me alone with the preacher because you wanted to get hurt. You want me to get hurt. Stormtail turned to him, bristling. Don't be so absurd, he meowed. I ran to fetch help. You brought it to me deliberately. If I had died, my blood would be on your paws. Moonpaw saved my life. Thanks, Darkland, for your brave sister, then, Stormtail purred. She's a wonderful cat. Leave Moonpaw out of this, Goosefeather snarled. When Moonpaw received her warrior name and became one, Goosefeather had his suspicions that already that Stormtail and Moonflower will become mates. I'm sure he knew that something horrible might happen in the future, but he didn't want to know, not hurt himself. Quote, then Goosefeather saw Stormtail watching Moonflower with the light in his eyes that made Goosefeather's stomach clench. Of all the warriors, would Moonpaw choose him to be her mate? Goosefeather didn't need a vision of the future to know the answer. Thankfully, we are done with Goosefeather's curse, and we go to the Blue Star's prophecy. Yay! Yeah, I'm alright. I'm alright. So basically, Stormtail was neglecting his kids since they were born. Moonflower states that he visited them once before they opened their eyes. Let's forget how fast Blue Kid and Snow Kid opened their eyes, okay? It's not the point here. Snow Kid is confused why their father cannot come like Adderfang, was visiting his babies multiple times, and Moonflower tries to excuse her mate with words, he is a very important warrior. He doesn't have time to bring you treats. Besides, you're not big enough to eat mice yet. Also, isn't it kind of worrying that Moonflower is so focused on her children being ideal for their father? She acts like she wants to please him like a puppy towards her master. I just get these vibes. Quote, Moonflower stiffened, her nose twitching. He's here! Where? Snow Kid leaped up and spun around, spraying dust over Blue Kid's pelt. Sit down! Moonflower ordered. Sit up straight! Moonflower hissed. And after Stormtail says his cadence, he just says, they look better with their eyes opened. Huh? Bro, they're your children. You should love them no matter what. And you just bluntly then started answering questions about the interest in your kids? Bro? Okay. I'm just a bit more emotional, sorry. Yeah. After Blue Kids turn normal behavior father has with his children, in this case, Adderfang with Leopard Kid and Patch Kid, they were just playing together, you know. Leopard Kid was attacking Adderfang, and Patch Kid was also attacking his father, and they were just having fun together, you know, they little good commotion. And he just looks at this as a commotion and brushes it off, even though he probably knows that his kids want to play with him as well. He didn't want children, and it was stated in a text, but we didn't get it at first. Quote, Winestar has asked me to share prey with him, Stormtail told Moonflower. Blue Kid blinked. Now? Is he leaving already? Can we come with you? Stormtail's gaze flashed toward her, and she flinched when she saw the mixture of alarm and discomfort in his eyes. Doesn't he like us? Kids should stay near the nursery, he muttered. Blue Kid's heart sunk as he turned to pat away, then swelled with hope when he paused and looked back over his shoulder. Has he changed his mind? Stormtail told me you woke him up yesterday, he growled. Stay out of the warrior's den. He swung his head around and walked off. Blue Kid stared at him, hollow with disappointment. Did you see how he was angry at his kid and how he was alarmed and discomforted by the thought that his kids will come with him to share space near him? It is a huge red flag. I mean, this man is full of red flags. In Russian, we have the catchphrase «поматросил и бросил», which roughly translates to molested and dumped, and it describes Moonflower's situation perfectly. I mean, he loved her just because she was praising his ego, and after he had kids with her, he wanted to abandon her like a nightmare. Meanwhile, Goosefeather was like a supportive uncle. What a nice man. Even after all of the shit he went through in his novellas, he still loves his sister and her kittens. I can't. It melts my heart. Seriously, it just melts my heart. Quote, Goosefeather stopped washing, his eyes twinkling. I'm always curious about anything Mumblefoot has to say. Bluekit whipped around her sister, drawing her tail across Snowkit's mouth. He says you go to go out picking herbs nearly every day, she mewed, a purr rumbling in Goosefeather's throat. This one is smart. I am too, Snowkit insisted. Of course. Goosefeather's whiskers twitched. You're Moonflower's kid, and she is the smartest cat I know. His gaze flicked briefly to Stormtail. About, most things. Anyway. He rolled onto his back and began rubbing his shoulders against the warm, rough earth. It's good to see the new leaf again. Bluekit liked this tone. It was funny and friendly. She was glad they were kin. And if I can say so, Sunfall, aka Sunstar, is a better father figure to Bluekit than Stormpelt. Just remember how warm he was towards her and that she is a kid on his love Moonflower. Well, it fills my heart with warmth and sadness at the same time. But let's return from the moon to Earth. Can I also say that Snowpaw's relationship with Thistlecit remind me a bit of Moons and Stormtails? Not in the part of child grooming, but of an arrogant kind and kid kind sweet soul? Just saying. You know. Alarm. Also, Stormtail is just acting like a jerk towards his kids, expecting me to be like the best soldiers in the army, because his ego is more than enough. Tiger started first. Oh my god. Quote, Moonflower had stopped to talk with Stormtail, but catching Bluepaw's eyes, she broke away and hurried to join her kids. I'm so proud of you. She glanced back at Stormtail. Your father is, too. Almost as though she had beckoned him, Stormtail padded towards them. Otterfang followed, his eyes narrowed as though something were troubling him. Well done. Stormtail's gaze flicked to Bluepaw's muddy paws. She ducked down with a bump, taking them as far out of sight as she could. We're going to be the best apprentices, Snowpaw mewed happily. Stormtail flicked his tail. I expect nothing less. If you remember, Bluepaw after some time caught a big squirrel, and it was her first prey, so no wonder she was extremely proud, same as her mother Moonflower, but Stormtail never showed up to congratulate her, nor did he after. He brushed this off like nothing happened, and just lived his life, abandoning his mate and kids. Speaking about it, before the battle with WindClan even began, he was already training with Dappletail. I'm not implying that he was cheating on Moonflower already, but I would say that his training with a new warrior and not being with his mate supporting her before battle is concerning, to say the least. Not talking not being with his kids. Quote, she watched Stormtail on the far side of the cleanings, showing Dappletail how to roll and then jump with her forepaws extended in a vicious attack. Remember, he was telling her, keep your claws sheathed until the leap. Dappletail tried to move again, sitting up afterward and looking pleased. Good, Stormtail nodded. But you need to be faster. We're bigger and heavier than winged cats, but they're nimble and will take the advantage of any slowness. I could ask Stormtail to teach me a few battle moves just in case, but a grey warrior will look too busy with a real warrior. We can actually see the cracks in their relationship when the Starter Clan is going through the last preparation for the battle. Stormtail isn't worried about the fate of his kids, just being blunt and arrogant as always, and Moonflower is worried about him and her kids, still acting like they're mates, even though it seems that Stormtail lost interest in her completely. Quote, not allowed in the fighting, eh? Stormtail patted over and flicked Bluepaw's ear with his tail tip. Next time, perhaps. Moonflower flashed him a sharp look. This is going to be a dangerous battle, she reminded him. Bluepaw's belly turned cold. We've never attacked the clan's cat before, Moonflower went on. We're fighting the whole clan in a place they know, and we don't. Stormtail nudged her shoulder. But we'll have the element of surprise, he mewed. And we'll be fighting in the close quarters. That's what worries me. Up close, Winkland's nimbleness will count for nothing, and Winkland's strength will have the advantage. Bluepaws narrowed her eyes. That is not what you told Dappletail. Moonflower lowered her gaze. I suppose. Don't worry, Stormtail meowed. This is a battle we'll win. When we get to the battle, it seems that Stormtail just decided to protect Dappletail and not his mate when she needed him most. Bluepaw sees this and brushes it off, just saying that he is just brave to save his fellow clanmate. But for us, it is the second biggest red flag that something is wrong with Stormtail. Quote, Stormtail and Dappletail were friends side by side now, yada 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 yada. Where was Moonflower? Bluepaw's blood chilled. She hadn't seen her mother, not even once. And, well, we all know where it was going. Right? Quote, as Moonflower exploded from the den, Hawkheart lunged at her and snatched her up with his powerful front paws, then flung her like prey across the clearing. Bluepaw saw the shock on her mother's face as she landed hard and struggled to find her feet, but she wasn't fast enough. Hawkheart pounced on her, ripping her with his teeth and claws. No! Stop! Where was Stormtail? Bluepaw looked around frantically, her head whipping from side to side. Surely he'd risked Moonflower as he had risked Dappletail? But the Grey Warrior was still fighting at the younger cat's side, beating off Winkland Warrior after Winkland Warrior. Moonflower was on her own. Stormtail didn't help his mate, even though he reassured that everything will be okay, and they will win. Instead, he started helping other female warriors in his clan to train, and eventually to fight with the Winkland warriors. He abandoned his mate to death. Bro, if you wanted a divorce, you could have just said so to Moonflower and not pretended you still love her. Instead, you just are lovey-dovey with Dappletail, whereas your mate is waiting for you every day to be loved and have some worth in her life besides kiss. Yeah, sorry. Thankfully, Bluepaw realized that she doesn't need her father, and she would make her mom proud, he said. This is reassuring. Yeah. When I read forward, there were only 2 moments where Stormtail was proud of his daughter, but it was only 2 times. So I would say that writers just tried to make him more likable, but goddamn they didn't make it! Because he's still an asshole. And I wasn't joking about Stormtail being in love with Dappletail that much. Literally, after Moonflower's death, they started spending more and more time together, eventually becoming a couple. Quote, she put Stormtail and Dappletail in their usual spot beside the nettle patch, sharing a squirrel. They spent so much time together now that most of the clan were waiting for an announcement about cats. But Bluebeard had heard Poppydon tell Swiftbreeze that some she-cats never had kids, however much they wanted them. So, let's summarize what happened between Stormtail and Moonflower. Okay, the first point is that he groomed her due to him being like 7 to maybe 9, maybe 10 months, maybe more apprentice, and Moonkid being 2 or 3 months kitten. And then after she became a warrior and he was still interested in the kitten. Sorry, I think I wrote my script not correctly. I wanted to say that after Stormtail became a warrior, he was still interested in a kitten. And that's kind of creepy, yeah. And when she became apprentice, he was making advances on her. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. God damn it! Stop some random stuff being near my hands, please. I'm sorry, I'm just gesticulating a bit too much, from the camera, so you won't see how pissed I am. Sorry. So he fell in love. The second point, he fell in love with her only to be praised, and then he had kids. He decided to neglect her. I'm not going to excuse that he was not ready for the kittens, so that the Moonflower was the only one who wanted kittens. I would just say that in this situation they could have been all both wrong, but at the same time, bro, if you don't want kittens, you could have just said this to Moonflower. That's it. That's easy. Even though she wanted kids, she would just say, "Oh, you don't want kids. Well, all right. Let's just think about it." No, otherwise, you would be looking like you're just trying to make her shut up about kittens, which is not really great, you know. And third point, he failed to protect her because he was already fallen for another she-cat in his clan. I think we have a strong case of unhealthy relationship that ended up with the death of one of the lovers. Well, who knew warrior cats could be so adult? Oh wait, spotted leaves hardly exist. Oh shit. Hey everyone, thank you for watching this video. I'm not really great with sorry, I tried to get this text like 3 times already, so my tongue is kinda dying, so I am extremely sorry if it sounds kind of weird. But yeah, as I was trying to say, I'm not really great with analysis videos, but I just hope that you see my point now. I'm not saying that you should believe me, my every word, or that my interpretation is a sole truth that was hidden from your eyes. Everyone else is allowed to think differently from each other. You can agree or disagree with my video, but I just hope at least that the speed paint was entertaining to watch. Thank you again for watching this video. If you want me to cover other topics, for example, relationship between a snowflake and a Twistoclaw, leave them out in the comments. Matabe!